go out there tonight, make sure you're selfless. Make sure you're accountable. Make sure you're thinking about your teammates. When we go to face adversity, make sure you're relentless and you have the toughness to embrace that and keep moving forward. And most importantly, make sure you have the right attitude to make your family, the community, and this program proud. Go out tonight and live a Spartan lifestyle. Go out tonight and be Spartan.
What is this? Break three.
Matt is no Matt like the other ones he had. Sweet. What's going on, everybody? Good evening. It is 7 o'clock this evening. Let's go. I'm super excited. We have Zion Detko here from the Greenbrier baseball team here. Super excited to get to do this little interview with them out here in Spartan Yards. Super excited to get this thing going, and we've got some questions to ask you, Zion. So it's good to meet you this evening.
Nice to meet you.
But yeah. Well, Zion, I know you've been playing baseball for, gosh, how many years? I mean, you just tell them how long you've been playing.
I've been playing since I was around 6 or 7. I started out playing just with my dad, at Dory Miller Park and Hollowell Park. And then leading up to Coach Pitch was my first league.
Gotcha. Was Coach Pitch, was it kind of the thing that started you off, or what gave you the idea of, hey, I'm going to play baseball for like the next 10 years of my life?
Well, yeah, so I played with my dad just for like a year, and then that led into Coach Pitch, and I was the best at that, and it just worked out. And then throughout time, I've just fallen in love with it, and it's stuck with me, and it's had a place in my heart where I'm not happy unless I play it.
No, 100%. And that what you just said, where you're not happy with, that relates to so many people in sports. That was me with basketball. I wasn't very good at it like you are at baseball, but still, whenever you click with the sport, there's nothing like it, and you really understand it. So your dad, what you're saying, was a huge walk with you, basically, throughout your whole baseball journey. Yeah. Would you say he was your, like, what impact did he make throughout your baseball career?
Well, we played video games together. Like, he would show me how to play MLB The Show.
Oh, I got you.
That made me like him more, and he just taught me certain little things that that made a point and it made me enjoy it.
MLB The Show is one of the most frustrating games I've ever played in my life.
Yeah, it's very hard.
It's so difficult. Dude, I can't figure out how to lay down a bunt. I don't know why. Like, every single time I do it, I always get out because I hit it straight to the pitcher. But anyways, that's completely off the point. Oh, my goodness. If you could pick one person, whether they are in the pros or even if it's out here at Spartan Yards, who is your biggest influence that has influenced you at the game?
Well, for the pros, it'd be Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay.
Sure. He just, the way he played the game, and every clip you see of him, even though it wasn't when I was born yet, but just the way he played and the impact he made on the game of baseball as a whole, just it was good vibes, and it's just something you wanna make happen yourself.
Exactly. Like, it was really relatable for you, basically.
Yeah, it's like I want to be like him. I'm a lefty. I just, same thing. Just he was an outfielder. This is who I wanted to be.
Yeah, you looked at him and you were like, I'm going to be you. I'm going to be better than you potentially one day. I mean, that's all it is, dude, is just putting in the work, putting in grinding. I mean, like I mentioned earlier with basketball, that's how I was with Michael Jordan. He's not my favorite player, love Steph Curry, but Michael Jordan's mindset is the reason why he was as great as what he was. Yeah. He looked at every single situation that he was in, whether he's playing with the best players in the world or whether he's playing on the worst players in the world, and said, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be the best. That's exactly how you are here on Spartan Yards every single time you play. And that's one thing about you. You come up to your stance with a little what song exactly do you play every time?
Sweet Escape.
Sweet Escape. Okay. I've seen you and Jenna. You've done
Yeah,
the
Jenna.
same walk-up song, and it cracks me up every time. Even though I'm not commentating the games, I love it, dude.
Yeah.
It cracks me up.
It
But
gets the crowd into it. You gotta.
it gets me into it,
Yeah.
man. I love it. It
That's
cracks
what I
me
like
up.
to listen to. It's just a good vibe.
Is that the type of music you usually listen to for a
Yeah,
little
I
bit
mean, I listen to anything. I don't really like rap, but
Mhm.
just I like a lot of Nirvana, like '90s rock. That's it.
A little bit upbeat music.
Yeah.
Upbeat. I get what you're saying. What was the hardest challenge that you faced when coming up into baseball, or even here in your freshman through senior year?
Honestly, just like overcoming struggles, overcoming slumps, like when 0 for 4 with like 3 strikeouts or something.
Mhm.
You just have to flush it and just go into the next at bat and learn something from the one before. Like you just can't take what already happened in the past with you to the next.
100%. Yeah. So do you take it by each out, each strikeout? You take it by even each pitch? What's your strategy as you're going up to the plate?
Well, it's just like until you get from the picture each time you read the body language and you just read what you think he's going to throw you, and you sit on a pitch, and that's what you want to look for to hit.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was going to say, should you give away any of your secrets or anything, especially if you're trying to keep it up to the opponents as we're coming into sectional play. But, I mean, it's definitely one thing you want to look for.
Yeah.
I'm no baseball expert, but I tell that whenever you see a pitch, your eyes just light up and you're like, dude, I'm sending that thing 400 feet into the air and I'm hitting a home run. So it's awesome, man. So if you had to pick, I know we've already talked about relationships, especially with your dad, but if you could pick a coach that has impacted you the most, I know your head just standing right over there.
It's the man right
It is the man right
It's him. Because the maturity that he's brought me to, not just as a baseball player, just as a man, like I don't even know where I'd be without him. Just after high school, like I feel like you never know what kind of trouble you get in, but he keeps me humble enough to know to make smart decisions in your life, and it's not all about baseball. It's becoming a man.
Exactly. And because you already know that there's only a small percentage of people, very small, that make it to the pros or even to college. I believe only 7% of all high school players to college sports alone, which is a very small number, obviously. I mean, you have the opportunity to do that in college. Do you believe you're going to college for baseball?
I'm planning to go to the University of Charleston for baseball.
You going to UC? Awesome, dude. That's awesome. I mean, like you said, you're in that 7%, but it takes a mindset up here, and that maturity that he's taught you over these 4 years is something that most coaches truly aren't able to get their athletes to do. And it shows in their programs. There's a reason why you guys have a winning record, and there's a reason why you guys do good every single time you guys come out here to Spartan Yards. So that's awesome, and I love to hear it. What's one thing that you're going to miss the most about East whenever you graduate?
I mean, it's a little bit of everything, but definitely the coaches and players, like the guys that I'm going to be leaving that are younger. It's just they're friends for life. Like I don't want to get rid of them. I want to be able to talk to them as much as I can. And I want to come back and like help them out and just root for them when I can.
You got any one particular player that you kind of vibe with, you spend a little extra time with?
Well, I mean,
yeah, I've seen that grin.
Lane Lambert has been my best friend since elementary school. We've grown up playing baseball on the same team. We've worked out together. We've came up together. I mean, he's always been my guy I go to.
He's a pretty cool dude. I believe I used to play baseball against That's weird. Back. Okay, sweet. We'll go back to Yeah, we'll just go back to the last question. So, what is one thing that baseball taught you that you will carry for the rest of your career?
Like I was saying about Coach Mann and the program that he's brought up, it's turned me in something that will make me become a better man. Like just from here on, he taught not only being a baseball player, but just how to have a mature attitude growing up and what the real world will show you when adversity hits, and you got to just work through it and take no as an answer.
Exactly. And that's one thing that's crucial about high school sports. No, you're good. And that's one thing that's huge about high school sports too. And sports teaches so many kids. And a lot of people that haven't been in sports truly don't understand how much growing sports does for you. Because if you have a good coach and if you have good players and teammates around you, it teaches you things that truly you don't learn outside of sports.
Yep.
Because sports teaches you, whether it's in the weight room, whether it's out on the field, it really doesn't matter. When you're with those guys day in and day out for months on end, and you're trying to beat every other team in the state, and you're trying to be the best, it is so difficult to do that, especially if you're not growing with each other and being humble. Now, obviously, you already know this. You're going to have arguments with some of your guys. It happens naturally. But the right thing to do, and I can tell this program does this, you guys man up to each other, you don't gossip behind each other's backs, and you're like, hey, you've nipped the problem in the bud. I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to figure out what the issue is, so that way we're not having to deal with this for the rest of the season. So I love to see the maturity that you guys have around you. That's awesome to see. So what are your plans for the future when you graduate?
So I'm going to the University of Charleston. I'm playing baseball there. And then I'm studying criminal justice.
Criminal justice, nice. That sounds like it's a little bit too smart for me, but still, dude, that's awesome. I was going to say, how many years of school is that for?
I think it'd be 4.
School be 4 years? Gotcha.
Sure. Yeah.
You think you might be able to further your baseball career potentially? Is that maybe a potential future goal?
Yeah, that's always my goal. I want to go as far as I can. Just continue playing day in and day out. Work on something every day, because you're going to have setbacks. You're going to be sore. You're going to get hurt, but you just focus on learning from your mistakes and get better every day in some way.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I agree with that. So obviously you've got all of these strengths to you. You've got a strong bat. You're really fast in the outfield. That's why you play center field. You can command your guys. What is your biggest weakness that you're trying to work on right now?
I'd like to increase my arm strength just overall, just so I can get the ball in quicker. The accuracy of the throws, something I could always work on. I still think I could be faster, just the acceleration out of the box. So those are a couple things I need to work on.
That's awesome. And I love to hear that too, because it shows you that, hey, I know what I need to work on, and it shows you that, hey, there's drills for this. That's what I need to put my time in. Because a lot of people, they look at their strengths and they try to strengthen their strengths, which that's not really exactly 100%. And that's not a bad thing to do. For example, if you're a great 3-point shooter, you want to keep shooting 3-pointers. Or if you're a great home run hitter, you're going to just keep hitting home runs. But you got to work on that weakness to get to the next level. That's just how it works. You can't have a 99 overall stat in one thing and a 0 overall in another thing. This is not how it works.
And that's the thing about hitting home runs. Baseball is just different. If you try to get under a ball, you're gonna get under it, and you're gonna swing and miss, or you're gonna pop it up. But when it's coming in 80 miles an hour, you don't have time to just try to literally think I'm gonna hit a home run.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's hitting the top of the baseball, and that's where you'll get a line drive that'll elevate over the fence.
Exactly. And there's some times where, obviously, it's really experienced players. They know exactly what the pitcher's going to pitch. But, that's not everybody. Not everybody is just able to automatically tell exactly what the pitcher's going to do. Yeah. And you're trying to eventually get yourself to the point where you can do stuff like that?
You're never literally going to 100% know, but you can tell, like I said, the body language the pitcher shows, or maybe even the way you react to a pitch. And just if a pitcher studies you and he's like, this guy can't hit an outside curveball or something, then that's what you should almost be expecting that he's going to throw you if he studies what he should be studying.
Speaking of studying, do you watch a lot of game film?
I do, but I try not to I do watch game film, but if it's something that will make me just like stats.
Exactly.
You can't look at stats too much.
Exactly. Like if you look at a pitcher and he's got a .50 ERA on the season, you're not going to want to stress yourself out or give yourself a bad mentality.
If you're facing a pitcher, it's like, all right, let's see what this guy throws a lot. But if it's for yourself and you're looking at your own information, and say you're 0 for 4 your last 2 games, you've had 4 straight at bats, outs, and your batting average goes down 20 points, and that's the only thing that's in your head every time you get out. That'll lead you to the dugout next time you get out, and that your emotions take over, and then you go out on the field and make an error. So you have to flush it, and you have to just learn something from the batter's box.
Exactly. Well, I mean, your brain sometimes can be your worst enemy. It can be your best friend, but also on the other end, like you just said, it can play against you completely. I mean, and honestly, we can't control it.
And baseball is like, I've played a lot of sports.
Oh, yeah.
I played soccer, I played baseball, basketball, I've done running, but baseball is the biggest mental sport of them all. Like, it's just your body language shows everything because it's a slow game. People are watching, and you don't get back down the court, and you don't have another chance to make a play. It's every like couple innings. So it's one of the biggest things in baseball is keeping a good mental aspect.
This wasn't even a question I had on my list, but what you just said led it to me because it's so perfect. What exactly makes you love baseball more than any other sport on this planet?
I mean, just that feeling of hitting the ball and you feel the barrel. It's like no other. It's better than making a swish. Like, it's just there's no better feeling than barreling a baseball.
Dude, and I love to hear that too because everybody is different. Me personally, obviously, I love to dunk the ball.
Yep.
I can't do it very often, but whenever I get hyped up for a pregame, every now and then I throw down a dunk and it brings your love for the game back. Yep. Speaking of love for the game, what is that thing whenever you are down in the dumps that brings the game, the love for it back every single time?
Well, I mean, I've always liked Rocky Balboa.
Oh, let's go.
That's the guy that, I mean, my freshman year, I was like 160 pounds. I was super small. I was tall and I was lengthy, but I was skinny and I had not a lot of power. And I watched Rocky 1, and from there on, I watched all of them. And he's like, I don't know, he motivated me, man. He got me in the gym, and sometimes I just rewatch Rocky. I really do. And I mean it. Like, I've watched Rocky like 10 times, all of them. I love Rocky. So.
Dude, that's not a bad thing at all, man. I mean, sometimes it takes interesting things to be able to get people in the zone. And honestly, looking at Rocky and showing how bad the circumstances was that he was in shows that, hey, dude, even though he was with his trainer the whole time and he's like, hey, I'm against all these other guys that I'm trying to fight in the ring. He didn't care. He was going to beat everybody. He's going to beat the best guy who came up to him.
And like you said, like, you got to take the hits and keep moving forward. And like, that's a big thing in baseball because you get out more times than not. You got a guy batting 3 for 10. That's 300. That's Hall of Fame in the MLB. Like, you literally have to take the hits.
100%. I mean, I wish I could be the same person like you, and because my grandma's the same way. She could tell me every single line in the Rocky movies. She loves every single one of them, and I've watched them. But so is that one of your favorite lines in the Rocky movies, or?
Yeah, like that. I think it was with his son. It was that scene, the Eye of the Tiger, the Gonna Fly Now. Like, those songs just get me hyped, no matter what. Yeah,
I think I've seen a few clips on TikTok where it says, no matter how hard, just keep on fighting as many times as you get beat down or something like that.
That's the clip.
Yeah, I love it. It's freaking awesome because it just gets you hyped up. But yeah, what is the number one lesson that baseball's taught you?
Like, probably, again, it's just maturity. Like, you're going to have days where it doesn't go your way. And you're going to have days where you put a bad swing on the ball and it finds a hole. And then there's the day where you hit a rocket to the right fielder and it's a caught. So honestly, it's taught me just to, like, settle down as a person, and like, some days just aren't going to be your day, and work through it.
I love to hear that because I feel like, for example, if you're early in life, whenever you get out of high school, if you hit, say, that stepping stone and you start to hit that wall and you seem like you can't get through it, I feel like you're going to be able to step right over top of it because you and your coaches have trained you to be humble and to be able to get through things the long way. Because not everything's going to happen quick and easy. Everybody in this generation, in this world, wants things like this. But you're willing to wait, and that's what's beautiful about the game of baseball. You're saying how slow it is because it trains you to be able to be patient and to be able to wait until the next thing happens. So, alrighty, this is one last question, and this is probably my favorite interview question of all time.
Okay.
Absolutely love it because you got to think about it for a second. What is the one piece of advice that you would give to the younger people in this generation, whether it's at East or school in general? One big piece of advice.
I'd say, like, you got to start early. Like, if you want to be the greatest, if you want to be the best, and even I wish I started eating more and working out more when I was younger. But, you know, you got to learn things too. So I'd say working out, eating food, doing conditioning, getting yourself fit and shape, but also, like, coming to these games and learning something, because even though you're not on the field, you do take something away from it. So I'd say for young guys, just, like, you just got to keep battling and just focus on what's in front of you.
Don't give up.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty much all it is to it. It sounds like a silly phrase. It really does. But at the end of the day, you're not a failure until you quit.
Yep.
You can fail as much as what you want, but you're only a true failure whenever you decide to hang up your cleats, put down that bat, and quit for good. And the thing is, most people don't even realize it until it's 5-10 years down the road. And they're like, dang, It has been 15 years since I've picked up a baseball bat. And I was so far down the road and I was doing so good, but I gave up. And giving up is the last and the worst thing that you can do. So, well, Zion, it was good talking to you, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir, of course.
Appreciate it.
Alrighty, guys. We will be back here in about 60 seconds, and we're going to do an interview with Coach Cory Mann of Greenbrier East Baseball. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
No matter which way that.
Alrighty, guys, we are back from the Greenbrier Valley channel. We got another guest with us, Greenbrier East head coach. I almost said Greenbrier West head coach because I'm a West kid. Cory Mann. Cory, I appreciate you for coming out this evening.
Thank you for having me.
I'm super excited to interview. I mean, it's been awesome looking at Mr. Trump, interviewing you up in the press box. So being able to talk to you here this evening is honestly really cool because the fact that you have the poise and honestly the integrity to come up into the press box after every single game, even when it's a tough loss, and talk to us, it's pretty awesome. So I appreciate that a lot, man.
Well, I thank you all for doing it. You know, anytime we can get our program out there, show the maturity of it, right? After losses, it's not always the easiest thing to do, but at the end of the day, there's always lessons to be learned. And, you know, I want our program out to the community, them knowing what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish with kids and grow kids, not just in baseball, but in life as well. And I think it's important for, you know, our program, for people to see our program, know what we're about, and hope to draw interest and bring people out to the ballpark.
I love what you said, too, about the maturity part. You're showing kids that, hey, we lost by 6 runs. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to reevaluate the next game. We're going to get over things tonight. We're just going to forget about tonight. Tonight's a loss. It is what it is. And you show them by going up there in the press box. And it's a simple interview, but you show them that you're not going to lose your mind over a loss. And you're going to talk to the people on the internet and show them, hey, it's fine to take losses in life. You just got to move on to the next play because that's what the goal is. So
That's right. That's right. Take the opportunities to learn from them. You know, I tell the kids all the time, when adversity doesn't make you a man, it reveals the man that you are. And, you know, if I can't do a simple task of coming and doing an interview after a loss, I don't think I'm the right person for the job to lead young men in anything. So,
speaking of doing hard tasks, what inspired you to take on the challenge of running this Greenbrier East baseball program?
I think it come innocent enough. I love baseball. Got done playing college baseball. Wanted to give back to the program that I was a part of, and then figuring out that coaching isn't just the baseball aspect of it. There's a whole new aspect of growing young men and teaching them things about life, and figuring out that if you teach guys how to conduct themselves properly in life, then this on the field stuff takes care of itself. And when you teach self-discipline and you teach kids how to react the right way and how to work hard, a lot of on-field stuff just works itself out.
I love that. And you mentioned how you went to college and you decided to eventually coach, which is where you're here at now. Let's rewind back a few years and let's get a little bit of a background. So let's pretend we're on an interview right now and nobody has ever met you before in your life. Where did you come from in school? What did you study in college? Let's get a background of Cory Mann, Coach Cory Mann.
Originally, I was born in Medina County, Ohio. I lived there till I was 10 years old, and my father got a job with CSX Transportation down here. My grandfather was retired and moved down here, so we moved down here when I was in 6th grade. Went to Frankfort Elementary for a year, and then all the way up through here. Played 4 years here at Greenbrier East High School, and then went on to Bluefield State, studied business. Ended up taking a job myself for CSX Transportation, and loved the game, obviously. Wanted to come back and help my community and teach kids what I learned through playing college baseball and help give them opportunities to go on and play at a college level if that's what their dream was, and just really try to grow baseball in Southern West Virginia the best I can.
Giving kids, and this is coming from a coach, I've coached track for 2 years down over on the West End, and it truly shows how much you truly care for your kids whenever you take the time to spend with them and you do simple things. Because a lot of coaches they'll praise their kids whenever things are going good, but whenever things are going bad, they don't want to take that time to really spend it with them and tell them, hey, this is what you're doing wrong. This is how you need to do it better, and this is how we need to reevaluate. And I love that you've done that with this program. Speaking of the program, what is a long-term goal that you have for this Greenbrier East field and for the Greenbrier East team?
Oh, geez, that's a lot, right? So, long-term, just continue making this look more like a ballpark as opposed to a baseball field. Hoping to get some style of grandstand seating here. Continue just building the facility out, making it a place where kids dream of playing.
Yes.
And then from the flip side of that, make teams, when they come here, really enjoy their experience. And, what Mark Trump brings with the announcing, what you guys bring with the TV, that goes a long way with all of that. And then on the field, just consistency year in, year out. Playing fundamental baseball, playing the game the right way, hard, fast, and loose. I want an exciting brand of baseball. I want us to play, a little bit of small ball. I want us to run. I want us to steal. I want it to be a game that people want to come watch, and not just, you hear baseball, people talk about baseball that aren't real, baseball people, so to speak. Just say it's kind of a slow and boring game. I want to bring a game to, Greenbrier County where they come here and guys are flying around the bags.
Exactly.
And plays are being made, and when they leave here, they're like, that's a really fun experience. I want to go back.
You said something there at the very beginning of that sentence, and you were talking about how little kids coming to this ballpark, you want them to look at this and be like, oh my goodness, I get to play in this place whenever I get older. And that's exactly what you want kids to look up to. You don't want kids to be up here and be like, hey, I get to go to Spartan Yards, whoop-de-doo, it looks like any other regular ballpark. And this is a beautiful place to come to. But the fact that your vision is to make it 20 times better than what it already is fantastic. And it shows not only through your words, you're showing it through your actions. And what it's going to do is raise the awareness and tell people, hey, I'm being serious about this. We're going to make this Greenbrier East Ball Club 20 times better than what it already is. And it's already great. So I absolutely love to hear that. And it's going to grow so many people not only wanting to watch baseball, but it's going to bring people into the community because sports are such a beautiful and big thing. I mean, it goes for all sports, but it starts here. I mean, you're going to start it here with baseball. So why not do it here with baseball first?
Yep.
I love it. So what's the call? You kind of answered this a little bit, but what is the culture that you're trying to create here at Greenbrier East? I know that's a pretty broad question, but answer it however you want to.
It is. Biggest a culture, to sum it up, I would say is just a culture our community will be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
When they come watch the games, there's a lot of different things going on in sports, and there's a lot of different things going on in baseball, particularly that that isn't the way that I personally think they should go on the field or in the stands. I want the respect of just like that's done the right way. The way our kids face adversity and how they react to that, what their reaction is to it. I want it to be respectable. Our fans and our parents when they come to games and how they treat umpires and how they treat coaches, like just doing things the right way so that when you come and you watch a game and you walk away, the thing in their mind that I wanted to pop up is like, man, that's done the right way.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing I've noticed too. I think every single game I've been here, I don't know exactly how many I've been to. It's been a huge handful. I haven't seen a single parent from the east side of things but yell at umpires. And I mean, there may have been some behind the scenes, obviously, because things always happen where somebody's going to get frustrated and stuff like that happens. But what that shows is, hey, you had a meeting and you sat down at the beginning of the year and you told those parents, if you do something, I will punish your child for it. And I mean, honestly,
that's not really the way it goes. I want to give our parents credit where credit's due. We do address it.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a point of emphasis throughout the whole state this year of how parents and fans are to umpires and in the field of play. Mm-hmm. But I haven't stepped in and been like, hey, you all need to,
mm-hmm.
or something's going to happen. Like that's just not.
Yes.
I always go for standards as opposed to punishment, right? So it's with our culture and our guys, like I'm not out here running our guys and punishing our guys. Because we don't have rules.
Based off of the
acts of their parents, we have a standard
exactly.
to live up to, an expectation to live up to.
Yes.
And our guys know that, and they're willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously you have situations where you have to step in and
mm-hmm.
do some correction, but I just want to speak highly about our parents and our guys. They know the standard of the program, mm-hmm. and they've carried that. I haven't had to police it, I guess would be.
And honestly, that's amazing because I looked at this program, and I'm being serious. I haven't talked to anybody about this. I looked at it and I said, there is no way he didn't have a conversation with the parents before the beginning of the season because there are so many programs that have this issue. But the fact that we have parents that come here and they're respectful to the umpires and all the other coaches, that's amazing. Most coaches have to have that conversation with their parents before the beginning of the season. I've seen it in nearly every program I've watched, and I've seen a ton of programs, hundreds of programs, whether it's on YouTube, programs that I've coached, all sorts of things. And I know I'm young, just 20 years old, but still at the end of the day, that is a huge testament to all the parents here at Greenbrier East High School and also the players as well. You don't see these kids hanging their heads whenever they strike out. You don't see them slamming their bats, all this other stuff. They have this integrity and they have this poise about them like I told you earlier in the interview. It's amazing and I love to see it. What's one thing that you feel that you do differently than most programs that you're trying to build this East program in a way?
I think for most programs, I mean, I view the baseball field as an extension of the classroom, right? So we're here to teach kids, teach life lessons, do our part in help raising young men. And it's like I said before, if you're doing all of that, then, everything, baseball's easy, so to speak. So I think that's always been my focus. It's going to be my focus. We're going to have years where we're up and down, and that's just the nature of it. But, for me, just continue having a standard, holding kids to the standard, and then teaching them the life lessons through baseball. Because at the end of the day, the baseball field is just an extension of the school and the classroom that we have. So.
I mean, that's pretty much what Zion said right before you came on the air. It was awesome because you're teaching your kids that, hey, you guys aren't going to just come out here and be butts. You're not going to come out here and be like that. We're going to teach you how to be real men in the real world. Because at the end of the day, you're only in high school for 4 years. The average life expectancy for males is like 73 to 75 years. So they're going to live 53 more years at least for most of these kids outside of this ballpark. How are you going to teach them to live those 53 years? Or are you going to teach them that, hey, these are the only 4 years that matter? It doesn't matter how you teach these or how you treat these umpires and how you treat these parents. As long as you win, that's all that matters. Or are you going to teach them, hey, it's okay to take losses. Take them right here and treat people nicely. And even if you have, say, an 0-22 season or whatever the case would be, obviously that would stink. But in the long run, if you grew a team of men, then that's what really matters in the end. And those are the people that if you have something that goes on in life, those are the first people you're going to call up because those are your boys at the end of the day. Those are the men that are going to always be there for you. I mean, I've got people on my basketball team that I played with now coming up on almost 2.5 years now that I know for a fact if I called them right now and needed them for something or if they needed me, we'd be right there for each other. That's how we are. We're brothers. We're going to be there for each other because we're family. And I love to see that from your ball group. I love it. If you died tomorrow, what is the legacy that you want to leave behind for your players, for the East Ball Club, everything?
That's a good question. I mean, that's a deep question, right?
It is very.
I think you're put on this earth to impact other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
I just my biggest thing is having an impact on the youth, a positive impact, and giving everything I have to positively influence them. And that, however that plays out, whatever that looks like, I'm fine with. As long, like I know, I give my heart and time and everything I have to it, and it'll speak for itself when it's all over and done with, and we'll see how it plays out.
And I love to hear that because there's a lot of people that will say what you just said, but their actions don't show behind their words. They don't. There's a lot of people that'll say, hey, we need to put more time into youth sports, or we need to put more time into schools. But their actions don't show what their words just said, but yours are, and they already are. I mean, all the things that you've talked about adding here in the future goes to show, and everything that you've tried to do behind the scenes that most people aren't going to see until they actually see it here at the ballpark is truly amazing. And it goes to speak of the culture that you're trying to beat around this East Ball Club. And I absolutely love it because most coaches, like I said earlier, they're going to do that. They're going to run their mouth. And you might do a little bit of that like every coach is. I mean, I do the same thing. But you're truly trying to build this ball group. And I absolutely love it, man. It's awesome.
It's a testament of the people that I'm surrounded by, my assistant coaches, the community that supports. Like nothing – I have ideas, but it takes other people to help out with them, right? So, everything costs money. Everything takes time. Everything, just takes a whole community and an army to do. And, baseball is one of many sports at this school. So I know our community gives a lot to all sports, and none of us can do it without them. I know Coach Lee and all the other coaches, they've done a great job with their facilities, and they couldn't do what they do without the community, and there's no way I can do with what I do without the community. So it's a big testament to our community, and that's my biggest thing is I love seeing community support. I love seeing the community when they might not necessarily have a kid or a relative on the team, but they're still willing to support us and help us out, and that's what it's all about. I want to see the community aspect come back to the schools a little bit and support and get people out here that might not have been to Greenbrier East for a baseball game in 10, 15 years and hopes and they see something like this or see what they're doing. They're like, I want to go check it out. and see what it's about.
And that's really what, like you said, that is what it's all about. It's getting these people to love the game again, get back to what they used to love. Because there's a reason everybody comes out here. People don't just come out to the ballpark for no reason. It doesn't matter whether it's a family member, whether it's even a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It doesn't matter. You're coming out here to the ballpark for some reason. And you're hoping at the end of your career, end of your legacy, to be able to fill this place with as many people as possible. And it could even be because they think the ballpark is beautiful. If they're coming out here for that reason, they've got a whole entire stadium of Spartan family that are here watching these kids come and play. And I can see you. It's just, I love seeing the expression in your face because you truly care about not only the players, but the community as well, trying to back these players. So I love that. It's awesome. If you had a few people, because I know there's a lot, you're the face of the operation, obviously, but if you had a couple people that you would like to shout out, who would they be that have helped you behind the scenes?
I mean, obviously my assistant coaches, Danny Flores, Paul Laird, Caleb Thomas, they're there every day, giving their time, effort, money, working with kids, staying later with kids that need work. So all, the time that they give from a baseball aspect and everything else is invaluable. There's been so many people give to the facility. I don't know if I want to start naming names because I'm going to leave somebody
You'll leave somebody out, exactly.
I know they know, at least I hope they know how much I appreciate them and the money they've given and the support they've given. We have multiple sponsors every year, multiple donations every year, and without them, none of it's going to be possible. So just I generally want to thank everybody for that. Like I said, I would love to name names, but I don't want to name names because I know I'm going to leave people out, and I don't feel like that's fair. But yeah, and then you all for doing what you do is a huge help, getting us out there to the community, doing stuff like this, letting people see me and Zion and this program grow. And then Mark Trump, my goodness, that guy's talented. He's doing play-by-play for you all and doing the announcing of the batters going to the plate. And if, all that stuff goes, I look at that stuff like it just, that the game atmosphere matters, right?
Yes.
And when he's up there and he's playing the walk-up songs and he's announcing and he's doing his thing, I really, really, really appreciate that guy. And
I don't know how he does it.
It's
I really don't, because there's so many people that forget to click the little thing on the walk-up songs, and I would forget to. It's not like a ton, and it's not really big things. It's a bunch of little things that are so easy to forget. I've never seen him forget a walk-up song.
And not to mention, he's running the scoreboard and the pitch counts on the scoreboard. So it's just what he's able to do is he's a very talented man.
It's incredible. I like watching him too because I do the West End sports commentary for basketball, and although I love doing it and I'm trying to learn a little bit more as it'll be my second season doing it. Watching him do it and all the years of experience, it's taught me to slow down just a little bit whenever I'm up there in the box and to take my time and go through each thing thoroughly and to try to get everything I can right, because the way he does it, he's been doing it for so many years, it's flawless. Yeah. Absolutely love to see it. You got anything else you'd like to say to anybody else at home? Anything you might left out?
Game here tomorrow night at 6:00. We'll play Pikeview home tomorrow, and then regionals next week, right? So we're the number 3 seed in that double elimination brackets. Next week we play Tuesday night at 6:30 against Independence to open regional play. Hopefully the weather's nice and brings people out to the ballpark and come pack the stands and give these kids something to play in front of and have a great atmosphere and enjoy something out of the concession stand, and let's have some fun with Spartan baseball.
Let's do it. Coach, I appreciate you so much, Mr. Mann, for coming out with us, being able to show the community all the love that you've shown to not only the kids, but the sports program and the community in general. It's awesome to see, and they're going to greatly appreciate this live and the recording later on. So I appreciate you very much for your time. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you all for doing it.
Alrighty, guys. This is Matthew Thomas and Coach Cory Mann from the Greenbrier Valley Channel. So long. God bless. And I will see you guys in the next live. That was awesome.